there's a storm coming tomorrow, and I'm gutted that it's probably going to get rid of some of the autumnal leaves that we've got in the back garden here, including the ginkgo that's gone bright yellow here behind me. So yeah, I thought we'd do a real brief little back garden tour, because I don't think you've seen it since I completely transformed this around sort of May time when I planted it all up. So I think we'll do a little bit of a catch up, see how things have grown, see how they've all filled in, and just check out all those autumn colours before they inevitably get blown away by the winds over the next coming days. Hello, if you're new here, I'm Katrina and I shoot videos from my allotment garden and my back garden, and if you're a regular watcher, I will be back on the allotment very soon. I'm looking forward to getting stuck in over late autumn and over the winter time, but we've got quite a bit to do in the garden over the coming weeks, which I'll talk about a bit later on. But to start with, let's begin the tour right at the front, shall we? So the little gravel walkway, I haven't actually finished this yet, but I will be adding a couple more stepping stones. We're soon going to be topping this up with more gravel, which I'll explain in a moment. But yes, we've got a few potted plants still along here. One of my dahlias unfortunately succumbed to the wind that we had a few weeks ago, but we've still got another one in here looking absolutely gorgeous. This is the Zundert Mystery Fox, gorgeous orange colour that I can see from my kitchen window. Absolutely stunning. And then on the right we've got the Erigeron that's going for another flowering. This thing just keeps on going until like November. It's amazing. Oh yeah, so the camellia that I planted to mark our wedding is covered in buds, and this one actually flowers late autumn, sort of going into November. So it looks like we've got a few flower buds on there, which I am really keen to see and smell again, because they smell absolutely amazing. But the plant's looking really healthy, and I've even got, or I did have until the squirrel knocked them around, a few Erigeron seedlings from this plant. The Pittosporum's got loads of new growth on it, those little green tips. I've been trimming it just to keep it in a nice shape, but yeah, it's really filling that spot and brightening up the gloomy corner. The buddleia, I need to prune this back a little bit, because the way I look down the garden from the kitchen window, some of these branches are blocking my view, and I really want to be able to see all of that gorgeous colour. Yeah, absolutely stunning. I'm loving the way it's looking right now. So this is the brand new border that I planted up this year. Originally this was grass when I moved in. We moved in last December, so we've not, or was it November? So we've not been here that long, if you're new here. Recently I put out this nasturtium after the main planting video, and it's gone absolutely wild. It's taken over the border a little, but you know what, I'm kind of enjoying it. Adds a completely different leaf shape, and it's also filling out on the trellis. Look, it's going up and up and up and up. I mean, I never really think of using nasturtium as a climber. Everybody seems to use it as like a ground cover. And next to it we've got this Acer starting to go very yellow before it turns all sorts of other colours. It's probably going to go a little bit pink, I imagine. Still got a few foxglove seedlings down there, which I'll transplant. I've just noticed actually, my hosta, look at this hosta. It's got a flower bud on it. What are you doing? They don't usually flower this time of the year. It's usually an April thing. You know what, I'm going to snap this off, because I want the energy to go into the leaves and the roots, because I've only planted it early this year. It's had it's two flower buds. It's had quite a stressful settling in period, because it's been an incredibly hot summer. So I'm just going to take them off. Still got the rocks in the border. The ferns, despite the heat, are absolutely looking gorgeous. Look at that one. Some of these are evergreen as well, so we should still have a lot of colour and texture going on as we go into the colder months. lovely heuchera. That's probably like doubled in size at least. It's looking stunning. I've also put out a few of the primroses that I had from my pots. So they're filling the front of the border. They'll be flowering hopefully soon. I wonder if we've got any buds coming. Not yet, but lots of new growth. I also popped in this Panicum elegans frosted explosion grass that I grow a lot of on the allotment. It's great for fillers in your arrangements when you're growing flowers. It's so sparkly and beautiful. I don't know if I quite planted it in the right place. It kind of looks like a bit of a blob there with all of the nasturtiums, but oh well. That will self-seed and give me some new plants for next year. Just spotted another flower, look. I feel bad for the bees, but I just want the energy to go into the roots really. So I'm going to pull that one off as well. But yeah, everything has settled in pretty well. Oh look, we do have a couple of primrose flowers. And these are the seedlings of the erigeron, that daisy flower. I've got some on the patio nearby, so they've obviously fallen here and grown, which is great. That's going to create a nice clump there to cover that edge. And then here we've got the epimedium, going that gorgeous maroon colour. This has struggled a little bit with some of the sun we had, because this border gets a little bit more sun than I kind of anticipated. Oh look, a little sign of autumn there. The ginkgo leaves, I've been collecting a few of these to press. They look great in like a frame if you put like a coloured background in a frame, like teal and yellow, that look gorgeous. So I'm going to put them in my home because I love them. It's one of my favourite trees. It's like a little butterfly, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. My little tree stump thing. Remember I saved some tree logs from the allotment, and there's a few rocks there as well, the local stone that we have, and planted it up with a fern and some geranium. Fern's starting to look a little bit crispy in this seasonal change. That's where I've got like a little insect water feeder. And then at the back we've got the honeysuckle, which is really starting to fill out. It's probably putting on a lot more root growth than top growth, because that's what a lot of shrubs and climbers do in their first year, but it has put on a lot of growth considering it's not been in the ground that long. And when I bought it, the plants were actually really tiny. And in the centre of the border we've got the Amelanchier. Oh, it's doing that gorgeous autumnal thing. In a different video, I think it was when I filmed my apple harvest, the rain was just falling on all over this, and it just looked absolutely stunning in the rain. I'm going to be sad when all these leaves go because they're absolutely gorgeous. So that's how the border's looking now. So everything's really filled out quite nicely. Well, I've just spotted another hosta flower. What are you doing? Take you off. And let's have a look at the patio. So potted pelargoniums are still producing loads of flower. That's a lovely scented leaf one. Which variety is it? Let me check. Quercifolium. Smells like cedarwood. Oh my gosh, I can just smell it now. You know when you brush past them and it just smells incredible. But these will soon be coming inside, not all of them. I just like to save one or two, but especially this one, to overwinter them indoors as houseplants, because they won't be tolerating lower temperatures below 5 degrees. But our nights are still generally above 7, at the minute above 10, so. But look at the star of the show right now, the ginkgo. It's not looking its most spectacular now because it's actually dropped quite a few of the leaves already. but against that brown fence that I painted. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it. Further down, how's everything else going? Well, it's all filling in quite nicely, as I say. Haven't had to do much to it. Here's the Nandina. Hasn't put on too much growth in terms of height, but we've got lots of new shoots coming. And this is evergreen. It's going to give me lots of gorgeous reds and oranges and greens throughout winter. The choice here that I didn't get rid of has nasturtium growing through it. Oh, and a lovely flower there, look. Yeah, I decided to keep it because it fills a great big space, and once you've got other plants around it, I don't hate it quite as much. The Fatsia down in the corner put on some new leaves. Not too much height though. It did struggle a bit in the sun and the heat. We did have a bit of sunburnt leaves, a bit like this tree, the Sorbus Pink Pagoda, and look, we've got pink berries. How gorgeous are they? Oh my gosh. It's just so pretty. So they started out white and now they're turning their blush pink colour. They're so pretty. And I noticed actually just the other day, we've got lots of new growth, and on the top of there, look, we've got more flowers, which means we're going to have even more berries. But I've been making sure I've been watering this during the hot spells because it's been so warm for so long. We've had a great summer. Just a bit tricky with all these new plantings. But yeah, it's covered in berries, so I think the birds are going to really enjoy feasting on these in the winter when their food is a bit more scarce. That colour, it's just so vibrant. I really hope the wind doesn't completely get rid of all the leaves. It's absolutely stunning. This one started to change quite early on actually because it gets quite a lot of sun up here. But they adapt quite well, this variety anyway. I do have a video of all the varieties and names of all the plants that I've got in the garden, by the way, which I'll link below. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this Mahonia, do you remember I had to replant this because it was looking a bit sad. It was very yellow, very spindly, and then I underplanted it with this Erigeron. But look how well it's filled out. And now we've also got these yellow flowers on the way. Sorry about the screaming, we have a lot of children playing nearby. But, oh my gosh. That's going to keep flowering now, hopefully throughout winter. And the bees really do love these flowers. Next to it we've got another Acer. This one's really peachy in colour. Not much to report other than it's sort of doubled in size and come back with so much vigour. Did you see the lights that I put up? I can't remember if you've seen them, but it looks so pretty at night time. This hedge is going to have a severe haircut so that it's much more manageable. We've already sort of cleared off most of the ivy from the garage. Just need to give it a really hard chop. As for this section, well, this is all about to change. We've just bought lots of topsoil because the gravel is going to be coming out. I've noticed it's got a weed membrane underneath, so that'll be coming out as well. Replacing it with topsoil, levelling it off, and we're going to turn this into a bit more grass, which I know is very boring, and as much as I'd love to grow veggies and things right now, I'm going to have a toddler soon and he's going to love eating all those stones. So we're going to start with grass, and then eventually we'll probably get some raised beds here. But for the time being, this needs to be a lot more child friendly. So yeah, that's a big project coming up. I'm also going to be doing a lot of lawn maintenance as well, which is kind of a boring subject. But you know, I've never had a lawn to look after before, and this lawn needs a lot of TLC because there's a lot of holes everywhere. It's got a lot of thatch, a lot of weeds, and although I don't mind the weeds, I'd like a little bit more grass, and it's been a really difficult year for the lawn. So we're going to be doing a big makeover on that as well, because now is the time of year where you want to be looking after your lawn, you know, if you want to scarify it, do all that jazz. So yeah, that's another thing that's coming up soon. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how the garden has filled in. Still lots of areas to work on that's it from me. Just thought you'd enjoy a little look at how things are coming on in the back garden. I will be at the allotment very, very soon, I promise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.